showing you some of my process. I've been enjoying sharing videos or some videos and mostly pictures online. So you'll probably see my kitty cat in and out or hear them. But my name is Chris, and welcome and thanks for checking this out. So right now I'm just kind of going to put a little bit of this matte gel onto my paper. And as you can see, I'm just using like this little booklet. Picked it up at a roadside rest stop recently and started it while we were on the road. So I thought, why not just go ahead and start doing a little journaling in the car. So that was kind of my thought around that. So pretty much what I do is just start tearing the images that I like. So I have a few favorites. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on that for a while, and hopefully when I edit the video down, I'll be able to fast forward through this part to speed up the video. But for now, I'll just keep working quietly. And again, thank you so much for taking a look. I think my husband's watching something on the TV in there. It's kind of loud, so hopefully this isn't picking up too much of that. But sometimes the page gets a little wet and starts to kind of warp a little bit, but I most of the time don't really feel too bothered by that. Okay, just checking the video. So one of the things that you'll notice is I don't actually really use a ton of layers. So I've seen some artists use a lot of different layers, and I think that's really cool. Their finished product comes out really beautiful. I just have found for myself that the additional layers sometimes cover up something that I want to see. So I think, but what I do like is that if there's a finished product that I'm not really caring for, then I can do more layers. So I think that's fun. All right, so let's see, let's go ahead and dry this. Sometimes I do more layers, but I added a little bit of gesso just to cover up some of the things that I don't want showing right now, but I don't mind if they show through a little bit. You see this little bit of bubbling? I don't mind it too much, and I know sometimes if I come from an angle, it won't do that too much, but it's still doing it a little. I just kind of rub them out. Be careful, it's hot though. That's what I love about junk journaling, is that there's really no right or wrong, and I really get to just kind of do what I feel led to do at the time. So that's what I like about it. So you can see I'm still getting a little bit of gesso, so just do a little bit more drying. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and pick a few paints. These are kind of some favorite colors that I've been enjoying using lately. These are just kind of those Walmart 99-cent or 89-cent paint. So I've just been having fun exploring with the different colors and seeing what works. Again, I just kind of let come through what wants to come through. Little warm there. So I like that I can kind of pull this back a little bit and kind of do a little bit of a tear look. Okay. I'll just tuck a little bit of gesso under that. Again, I really never know what's going to happen when I start these pages. I kind of have a little bit of a style that I've been following somewhat lately, but these bubbles are kind of fun because they're kind of creating a little bit of an old torn look. So I am enjoying that on the pages. So from the day one of art journaling, which was just a few months ago, till now, I definitely have been encouraged by this group and other artists, and I really have gotten to the point that I've just embraced my style, and I notice that it changes a little bit, and I've really gotten comfortable with not expecting anything, just kind of see what comes out. And it's kind of fun to just rub my fingers on the different textures of the pages, so I enjoy that a lot. So I just have an old piece of junk mail behind here so I can kind of keep the other pages below protected. So this is a little bit of that Tim Holtz Ranger Distress Oxide. This is the walnut stain, so I really like that color. I use that one and the aged linen mostly, but just kind of come in here and just kind of rub in to these kind of worn spots. Hopefully this is coming out to where you can see. Okay, I'll set that aside. So let's see next, what am I feeling? So I got out some stamps, so I haven't used this one yet, but thinking that I want to try it out, see what it looks like on this junk journal. I love using stamps, and right now I'm just using an archival ink by Ranger, and I'm just stamping up the image. This is my first video, so I'll go back and attempt to do some editing and see where I need to make improvements. And I really just kind of have my phone leaning up against a box right now. So I want to kind of take this stamp and stamp a little bit off the edge. So I'm going to get some other paper here because I might be able to pick up some of the stamp for another design as well. I always try to think about using something in the future, so I kind of have little bits laying around. Okay, so I got a little bit of the image on here. I noticed that this one, let's see, didn't come off as well. May not have inked it up enough, but yeah, there we go. We picked up a little bit of it there. Nice. Okay. I envy those that do this art journaling and have beautiful nails. That is one thing I do not have, but it's all good. Okay, I just want to get a little bit more of this distressed ink inside of here, and okay. And I think I want to take a little bit more of the stamp and get it on the other side of this page a little bit. Okay. All right. So I'm liking how that's showing up. Now I kind of have my little stamp that I seem to go to in a lot of my pages, just to kind of add a warmth to it. So I think I want to not stamp the whole thing. Okay, I'm liking that. I want to get a little bit more there. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Then I kind of put a little bit on this little page to use for another time. Always looking ahead as best I can. I think I want to, let's see. Might have to move this up a little bit more. There we go. Just get a few of those words kind of tucked into this little hidden spot. Okay. All right. Do a little bit of drying to set this ink. I'm using a little embossing heat gun. I don't really know who it's by. I picked it up at my local big chain craft store. We have Michael's and Joann's here and Hobby Lobby. All right. Still think I want to do a little smidge right there. All right. Go ahead and dry that. So I've really gotten into this art journaling. It's been a really great outlet for just being able to explore my creativity. And it just gives me that creative outlet that I'm looking for. I was building some fairy gardens last year, and I noticed that with the fairy gardens, I was always working with these tiny details. So this is nice that I'm working with whatever size fits for me, so I find it very relaxing. I love the way the fairy gardens turn out, but I find that this process here is more relaxing. So just a little tidbit. So I'm just covering up a little bit more of the underneath that didn't get covered before. So actually liking this a lot, not digging this little piece right there where you can kind of see where this page was cut, but I think we might be able to do something with that. All right. Go ahead and ink up a piece of music note and see if we can't tuck that in there. Blend it in. Okay. All right. Go ahead and dry that. So what I like about this is I can kind of just rub my hand over and feel like the different layers that are on, and you know, it's pretty smooth. Little tiny bit of warping, but I'm okay with that. I think it just adds to the effect. I'm really liking how this gesso lightly covered in this magazine page and left a nice little tint around it. So let me see. I'm going to go around the outside edge with these Caran d'Ache Neocolor crayons. So they kind of come in a little section like the little kit. So I'm going to go ahead and just go around the outside page of this and just kind of rub in. I don't know if I'll go over the whole page with tissue. I seem to tend to like to kind of cover everything with the tissue. So I might be doing this step prematurely, but I'm going to see how this actually looks and feels at this phase and see if I want to cover it at all. So I just come across the edge and just kind of blend that in. Hopefully I'm on camera and you can see what I'm doing here. Just kind of going across the bottom and rubbing in. Go ahead and go down the side here so you can see there's not really any type of concern about following any lines or staying in the lines. So that's what I love, love, love about this process. And if I, in my eyes, mess something up, I can just go over it with something else. But that's what I love about this. I just don't feel like there's really any messing up. It's kind of like what's coming out today. And a mess up can kind of end up being like a nice surprise. My friend used the word that she learned from another artist on television. I think Bob Ross, she said, but a happy accident. So I learned that last night and I said, yeah, I've had a few happy accidents. So I liked that term. So I will borrow that here and credit Bob Ross with that. And my friend Star, if she happens to see this video. So, all right. Well, liking this so far. Still think I want to maybe take a little piece of this tissue paper. This has been kind of something that I've loved, this old pattern paper. And I'll sometimes just take and put it, I don't want to cover this up because I'm really enjoying that there. So I might just, see, just kind of play around with this a little bit. Now, I don't know if any of you are thinking at this moment, like, stop while you're ahead. But I've thought that times when I've watched videos and I've just kept going and watching and enjoying the finished product and just learning that there's really no rhyme or reason to this. And with all of these beautiful layers, you don't really ever have to worry about getting to like this quote unquote perfect place, because all these layers build up and they're just so much fun. So this just kind of gives it a little bit of an aged look to me. So we still have our little piece here and our different coloring. So yeah, I'm feeling good about that. So I'll go ahead and dry this one more time. right, so this is where we are right now, and really enjoying this so far. I think I want to just do one more little piece up here. I don't like this kind of straight edge that's happening there, and it's just my preference. Nothing really wrong with it, of course, but just kind of my preference. And we'll go ahead and see what, if I can get this to unstick from me. This paper is really fine. I found it at like different estate sales and thrift stores, and I really enjoy using it in these art journals. All right, so I like that a little bit better. Okay, so I'm going to do one more quick dry. Okay, so my hubby just walked in and I'm like mouthing to him to hold on, just give me a minute because I'm videoing. All right, so right now I'm just gonna take this Tim Holtz words and see if we can come up with a little title here. And I think we have to run a quick errand, so we might be wrapping this one up. So let's just see what we can find here. So I like to kind of sometimes look at the stamp and look at the words and see what's kind of happening in the page and a little bit of how I'm feeling. And we have like an old clock here. Looks like we have a nice little box and some flowers and a vase on a pedestal. So let's see, it looks let's see here. Let's see here. This is the one that always takes me the most time. Okay, so I kind of like this, a record of the past. And sometimes I'll take these and cut them. And I just kind of put them on the page. Go around them with my Stabilo pencil. This kind of can be used to create a little bit of movement on the page. You can rub it out a little bit. I learned about this at an art journaling class, so I love going to classes because I can learn about different supplies that people are using, and I like that. So I like watching these videos online and learning from those of you that are here online, because I think it's great to be able to share what we're using and share some of our processes with each other. So let's see, I might want to all right, so I like this little saying that record of the past, there is nothing simpler. All right. Go ahead and do the same thing here. Just kind of rub that out. You can see my hands are full of color. Just using a baby wipe to kind of clean up a little bit of the pencil and kind of clean areas that look a little messier than I intended. And then sometimes I make them messier even more, and that becomes okay. Because that's just the way of it, right? And that's okay. So right now I'm not picking up the ink, I'm picking up this Stabilo pencil with this wipe. The ink is pretty much set. All right. Try to wipe that a little bit more. Okay, so my final touch, I'll go ahead and do another dry. And then I'll go ahead and take the distressed ink and just go over these areas that I kind of added to with the paper. Just kind of bring those in, and I'm gonna just do a little bit of that, but not too much. All right, so I may come back in and add something here on the top. Let's see, maybe I'll do some of those words. And then I think I'll finish it off with today's date. I always kind of do it on another page just to make sure that I have the right date. All right, kind of put those in a couple spots. So that's the completed for now page. I think we're good. So I'll kind of look at it and decide if I want to add anything else to it. If I do, I will post another picture online, but for now, this is what we have. And